Hello everyone, this is Viren and welcome to the fantasy match preview for the all-important first test match between West Indies and Bangladesh. Now before I get to the preview, remember to join the Fantasy Crick Pro Telegram channel for all the final teams and updates, and this preview is powered by Nostra Pro. So this is my fantasy team for today. I'm going with 1 keeper, 3 batsmen, 4 all-rounders and 3 bowlers. Now let's get to the team. So first up, the keepers and the batters for this game. 1 keeper that I'm going with, Liton Das. He's a stable batter and we don't have too many other keeping options from this section, so I think he's a decent choice. Then you look at the 3 batsmen. First up, Jermaine Blackwood, really attacking, gets you some boundary bonus points, but apart from that he has a very stable batting approach, good technique, so I think he's a good choice, especially plays spin well. Second pick, Nkrumah Bonner, very good and very stably tight batsman in terms of technique, played very well in Bangladesh too, against Bangladesh, so he's expected to do only better, and he bowls some part-time spin too. Third option from this section with Tamim Iqbal. He's a Bangladesh stalwart, played so much of cricket, and we're expecting him only to get better and give us good performances. And now we have the all-rounders and the bowlers for this game. I'm going to go with 4 all-rounders. First up, Shakib Al Hasan, surely my captain. A lot of right-handers in the West Indies batting lineup, so he's going to exploit that, and obviously he's a great batter. Second pick would be Madison Mirage. Now he's an off-spinner and again a stably decent batter. Technique is really good, and on these pitches that will be very important, so I think he's a good choice, maybe a slight differential too. Third and fourth picks would be Mosaddiq Hussain and Craig Brathwaite. Again, both of them very similar in terms of value proposition, very stable batters, and bowl you some off-spin there. Craig Brathwaite still slightly more part-time, but yet very good in terms of overall value. Then we look at the 3 bowlers for this game, Alzari, Ibadat, and you have the final man, Jayden Seals. All 3 can trouble with pace and bounce on such tracks, so I think they'll be very effective. And yes, Mustafizur is present, but I think he's more of a limited overs bowler, so I'm going to go with these 3 choices as they have demonstrated success in the format. So this is my dream team for today. You too go make your team now on the Nostra Pro app, and yes, join us on Fantasy Crick Pro for the final team and all the updates. And I have some bonus for you. You can use the code Fantasy Preview to get 100% cash back on your first deposit on the Nostra Pro app. Go make your team now. And now we have the pick section for the West Indies versus Bangladesh test match, where you simply answer a few pretty straightforward questions and get to win a lot of prizes. So let's get to the questions for this one. Will any bowler bowl 4 maidens or more in the first session of day 1? I think yes, because you can expect some really good bowling irrespective of which team bats first. How many bowlers will bowl 2 or maidens in the first session of day 1? That is slightly tricky, but I'm going to go with 2 to 3 for now. Will any player play 80 or more balls in day 1? I think yes, because you can expect one player to stand in on one end and actually play really well. In West Indies, maybe there might not be as much help up front. Will any bowler pick 2 or more wickets in the first session? I don't know about more, but I think 2 is a likelihood, especially if Alzari or the likes get onto a roll. How many batsmen will score 30 or more runs in the first session of day 1? Maybe 2 or more, because in West Indies we know that batting conditions are also pretty decent, and it's not like there's going to be a green field sort of pitch. But yes, if there is, then you can change that answer. How many bowlers will concede 15 or more runs in the first session of day 1? I think 2 to 3 for now, because it's not going to be that high scoring in terms of every bowler conceding runs, so maybe 2 to 3. Will any bowler concede 30 or more runs in the first session of day 1? Maybe not, because most bowlers will get opportunities, so it's not necessary that someone would concede that amount of runs. How many aggregate wickets will be lost in the first session of day 1? Less than 3, 3 or more. I think 3 or more, because if like I mentioned, one bowler gets on a roll, then there'll be a lot of wickets. How many players will play 50 or more balls in the first session of day 1? I think less than 2. I'm expecting one batter to stick in, but there might also be a lot of wickets that will fall. Will any player hit 5 or more 4s in the first session of day 1? No, I don't think any player would hit that many amount of boundaries, and as that much of aggression is not witnessed up front in a test match. How many batsmen will hit 2 or more 4s in the first session of day 1? Probably less than 3, because like I mentioned, aggression will play a big part for boundaries. And how many aggregate runs will be scored in the first session of day 1? I think there will be a lot of rotation of strikes, so 85 or more. Now let's get to the power-ups, where you either select the 2x or the doubler when you're confident, or the no negative when you're not so confident. So will any bowler concede 30 runs or more? I'm pretty confident that that's not going to happen, so I'm going to go with the 2x there. While will any bowler pick 2 or more wickets in the first session? I've gone with yes for now, but slightly dicey on that, so I'm going with a no negative there. So you to go select the rest of your power-ups now and join us on Fantasy Crick Pro for all the updates based on the toss and the changes in the answers. All the good luck to you. Also remember to use the code FANTASYPREVIEW to get 100% cashback on your first deposit. Go make your team now.